Hey guys, GHAZZY here with another Path of Exile League Starter suggestion video leading up to 3.14 Ultimatum. This one is going to be the Vortex Occultist build, which can be played in both low life as well as CI and has been one of the most solid endgame boss farming strategy approached builds for League starting for a long time now. It has been one of my favorite builds to use for the sake of bossing early on, and specifically use this a lot in hardcore leagues as well. But it works very well for softcore leagues, and it also allows you to do a lot of mistakes during boss fights and still survive. So you can use this build very easily to practice bosses. If that's something you feel that you need and that you would enjoy the looks of this build, I can definitely recommend checking it out. So in this little recap video, I'm basically just going to outline the differences of what happened with the patch notes leading into 3.14 and if it's good enough as a league starter suggestion for 3.14, it has ended up as a video, which is why you're watching this right now. Basically, the nerfs that has happened between 3.13 into 3.14 is mainly targeting some minor changes when it comes to the generic nerfs of cluster jewels, which only affects higher budget builds. Other than that, the state of being low life has changed from 35% to 50%, which doesn't impact anything when it comes to this build specifically. However, what has impacted this build is the trigger rate of the trigger Occultist spell when you use a skill craft on the wands. It has gone from 4 seconds up to 8 seconds. However, this build is utilizing the Orb of Storms and Stormbrand to trigger Elemental Equilibrium, so that our cold application of EE is going to be overwritten by the lightning version of EE as soon as possible, as we're using the different spells, which is Cold Snap and Vortex for the main part. So basically, the cooldown of being 8 seconds is basically not going to have any significant impact on this build, and therefore the nerfs to this build is barely noticeable. So a few things about this build: it is not designed specifically to be a clearing build. However, with the buffs to Vol Cold Snap, clearing with this build is actually very nice as soon as you have Vol Cold Snap. But during the times where you don't have Vol Cold Snap, the build can be a little bit slow in terms of clearing, but it does extremely well with bossing, which is the main focus of this build. In the build guide, you can see that we have a full written version of this, which is obviously linked in the descriptions below, which is a link directly to my crafting hub. Please don't miss it, since there's been a lot of people who don't actually see the link, even though it's at the very top of the descriptions in the video, below the video. In this section, there's going to be a link, which I haven't sorted just yet, but I will in a second add a link to my crafting guides. In here, you'll be able to get a link to a crafting 101 and learn how to craft items, which will be generic items, which is very much used for this build, as well as some target specific items. You can learn how to craft advanced items as well, which will be available in the guide. Other than that, there has been an update to the high budget version for this build. For those of you who really want to push the min-maxing of this build, thanks to one of the moderators, Slickmaster 5000, who's been fine-tuning this, we have about 4.4, almost 4.5 million Shaper DPS in the high budget version of this build, which is absolutely insane. Do keep in mind that this high budget POB does come with very nice notes to help you guide through the gearing process and the thoughts process of different decision makings when you go into a high budget build with this. That's one of the bigger changes that has happened in this build itself. So there's not much more to say, since basically nothing changed with the build. So if you guys are going to play this build or have any intentions of playing this build, do let me know in the comments below. If you like this new format of this type of way of promoting League starters, do let me know as well, as me and my editor Kekis, we're taking in a lot of feedback for this, and if it's well received, we're going to keep doing this for every League release. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay safe, keep rocking.